Yeah, this is fourth day for this webinar series, week-long webinar series. And then I'm very pleased to invite Ariel University into here as a first time. And especially from the Ariel University, I invited Professor Itzhak Shai and also Professor Shmuel Sternkler will be our presenter for the Ariel University. I want to invite Professor Itzhak Shai as a first presenter. Professor Shai, the floor is yours. Please start.
Okay, thank you very much. One second, please. Hope you can see my presentation.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you again, and thank you for this invitation and the opportunity to present our university to potential Korean students. Hopefully, some of you at least will join us. I will present briefly the university, our fields, our academic departments, and Professor Shmuel Strankler, who is here, who is the Dean of School for Advanced Studies, will be able, we will be able to answer hopefully questions and all kinds of information that you will inquire. So some briefly facts about the university. So it was established in 1988, but as a college, and only about 8 years ago, it was recognized by the state of Israel as a university, which means that we are the youngest university in Israel. We have 7 faculties and schools, 26 departments, all around 16,000 students, almost 500 faculty members, and about 1,000 administration staff. By the way, the university is located in the heart of Israel, in Samaria. The ancient biblical site or location of ancient Israel, which is a lovely region which you must to visit, even if you are not going to study in Ariel. So the faculties, we have a Faculty of Engineering. It is the second largest faculty of engineering in Israel. We have civil engineering, electrical and electronics engineering, chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, and industrial engineering and management. In the Faculty of Natural Science, we have 5 departments: molecular biology, chemical science, physics, computer science, and mathematics. Faculty of Health Science, health management, physiotherapy, nutritional sciences, communication disorders, nursing, occupational therapy, and pre-medicine. And in a minute, I will mention the School of Medicine. And another faculty is the Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities, which I'm part of this faculty. I'm an archaeologist, I didn't mention that. Criminology, sociology, and anthropology, economics and business management. We have a master program in business administration, MBA, behavioral sciences or psychology, social work, Israel and Middle Eastern Studies, Israel Heritage, mainly MA program, Land of Israel Studies and Archaeology, again, my home department, History of Israel, mainly modern Israel, multidisciplinary studies, all kinds of social studies divisions, and political science. In addition to these faculties, we have 2 schools, the School of Architecture, one of the best in Israel, and a School of Communication with an emphasis on new media. But also we have all the programs of the traditional media, including film and of course, journalism, etc. In a year ago, in 2019, we opened the newest medical school in Israel, and it's of course very new, but very promising, with more than 70 students every year. This is the second year that they joined this medical school. Since we recognized as a university, then you can see that the faculty members, we have much more. We every year about something between 30 to 40 faculty join the university, join the family of our university, which brings a new and young and with a lot of motivation scholars. Most of them did postdoctoral fellowship abroad, outside of Israel, and bring with them, when they'll join us, new methods, lots of connections to other schools and universities all around the world. And this makes us a dynamic and improving university. Our students, so as you may assume, most of the students are from Israel, but we have, and I mentioned it in a minute, also students from abroad. When we are talking about BA, almost all the students are from Israel, and you can see here all kinds of statistics, data, where are from and in Israel, etc. But we have also international students, and you can see here a table which show where the original state, and you can see that we have from Africa, Asia, East Asia, of course, Europe. So it's really a wide range of students that join us. But as I mentioned before, almost most of them, or almost all of them, are graduate students and not undergraduate students. Again, there is a clear process since we recognized as a university, and we we enlarged the number of the graduate students. We can see it here in the masters, the data about master's students, but it's also very clear about PhD students. And you can see, and every year we have more and more graduate students. For us, it is very important also to bring graduate students from abroad, and I hope that at least some of you will join us in the very near future. In addition to students, we have also postdoctoral fellows, most of them from abroad, and you can see here some of the main countries that those postdoctoral came from. So we have India, England, China, United States, Spain, Russia, Ukraine, Hungary, Germany, Australia, Brazil, and more. And as you can see, we don't have yet someone from South Korea. And I hope that when I finish this presentation, we will have at least two new postdoctoral fellows from South Korea. What we have for international students is a unique program. I don't want to say that you don't have it in other places, but I think that in Ariel University, Since it's a young and a small university, it is important to us to be in touch with the students, especially with the international students. We know that you are not at home, and we know that you at least don't know in the beginning the culture and the place, and we try as much as we can to explain and to present and to show the students, the foreign students, a lot about Israel and Ariel University. We have experienced guidance of leading researchers from all fields, as I showed you before, a competitive stipend that graduate students get for all the years that they study at Ariel University. Single and family apartments on campus, and you can see here, this is two of the buildings of the dormitories, but we have much more, and all of them new from the, I would say, 5-6 years only. Departmental colloquiums and seminars with scholars from the university, but also from other universities in Israel and abroad. So we try to open and to expand the scholars and the thoughts and the methods that students at Ariel University are getting in touch with. Free guided tours of Israel and on-campus celebration of Israel and the international holidays. This is a specific program that we have for foreigners students. And as part of the PhD studies or postdoctoral programs, you will gain the experience working in the laboratories and research centers, learn the newest research methods, and I think almost in all fields, Ariel University clearly stands with the cutting edge universities and labs all over the world. You will have the opportunity to apply for prestigious international grants and publish articles in high-ranking peer-reviewed journals. And for example, some of our students graduate and postdoctoral fellows received very prestigious international scholarships and grants, which I'm sure will help them in the future to get the position that they will look for. And you would find lifelong friends and colleagues from Israel and across the globe. And we have a lot of interaction. And I can mention two students, one from Russia and one from China, that they teach each other. The Russian teach the Chinese Russians how to speak Russian, and the Chinese teach the Russian student Chinese. I think this is a fantastic opportunity that usually when you study in your homeland, it's very rare to have such an option. For more information, you can, of course, visit our website, and you have it here. It's very easy to find it. But of course, if you will have more questions, we are open here to answer. I would like to mention a specific online program that we just developed, and we will open it in the next semester, I hope on February, of about its digital humanities digital humanities of the ancient Near East. It is in English, of course, online, 2 semesters online, and 3 weeks intensive, 3 weeks at Ariel University. If you need more information, you have this contact info here, and you are most welcome to inquire for more information about this program. About our research, we have 25 research centers in all areas. I will briefly, very briefly mention some of them. Ariel Cyber Innovation Center, the head of this center is Major General in the IDF, the Israel Defense Force, Ami Shafran, and with him, Dr. Amit Vir and Dr. Eran Omri, Institute for Personalized and Translational Medicine. The head of this is Dr. Igor Korman, where we have personalized medicine, translational research in medical cannabis, but we have also other issues. The Integrative Brain Science Center, and again, this is a multidisciplinary, and one of the main issue with this research centers in all the research centers, that we would like to have multidisciplinary approach. So in each center, we have scholars from various departments and faculties. And here, for example, we have, of course, biologists, but also psychologists, and also physicians. So it's criminologists, etc. So it's really mind-opened, and we can bring together scholars from different fields, and by this we can reach fantastic studies and approaches that will gives us an important contribution to the field of this, in this specific example, brain studies. The Schlesinger Family Center for Compact Accelerators is the only one that we have in Israeli universities. It's fantastic, with very with excellent scholars, most of them from physics, but not limited, also electronics, etc. Ariel Institute of Archaeology, I'm there. We have excavations, we have labs, we have digital humanities programs, worldwide collaborations. The Middle East and Central Asia Research Center brings together scholars that deal with political studies, with Oriental studies, and of course, focus also about the Israel-Palestinian conflicts, but not limited to this. Very an excellent research center. A material research center headed by Professor Michael Zinograd, who was the rector of the university until a few weeks ago, excellent scholar with worldwide reputation. Energy Research Center headed by Dr. Lir Tzabar, again, trying to find energy or new energy sources, you can see here. And again, this is something that brings together on this, under this umbrella, scholars from different departments, and it's always very interesting to hear the discussions and the ideas of scholars from different departments. And Morris Family Medical Simulation Center, which help us also in the medical school and also other opportunities. In addition, we have other centers, research centers. I can mention the Samson Family One Research Center, and also Ariel Center for Photonics and Solid State. Professor Strankler, which is here, is the head of this center. If you have specific question about this, he will be able to answer. We have a company which brings which brings the ideas and the research into the industry and industrial home. Collaboration, we have collaboration with universities and scholars from all over the world, and North America, South America, Europe, Africa, East Asia, all over the world. We have also well-established funds with specific institutions. Again, from Israel and abroad, I won't say too much about this. One of the indexes to measure quality in universities is the number of publications and the quality of the publications. And again, this is something that we can show, and we are proud to show that at Ariel University there is a clear vision that we are going forward with this with the publications. As I said, we are a young university and we build a lot. This is the natural science building, which is already opened about a few months ago. So the departments of chemistry, physics, biology, where the labs of those departments are here. We will have here the medical science building, so the school of the faculty of medicine will be here, and the labs, and also the faculty of health will be here. The faculty of or the departments of humanities will host in this building the Motovich Center for Jewish Heritage. This will be the building of the Institute of Archaeology, the Samson Family, the Wine Research Center also. They already started to build the building and labs, and also high-tech park. But in addition, we have also plans and for the students and the faculty, like a sports center, and I hope that in the near future we will have it. In any case, we, which means the faculty and the students can use the country club, the local country club of the city of Ariel. It's open for the students. You can use the swimming pool, you can use other facilities that we have. And of course, a student center, which is also very important for the student life at the university. So this is my presentation, and Shmuel, Professor Strankler, if you have something to add, I think this is the place.
I think you said it. You said it very well. I'm here to answer any questions about the graduate program, the PhD program. As Itzik mentioned, we have a very diverse and vibrant PhD program, and we do whatever we can to help our international students, both academically and socially and culturally, to integrate into Israel. And all our PhD graduates find very good positions, postdoc positions in academia or in industry. But I'm here to answer questions.
The participants, you can using the raising hand function for raising a question, or you can using a Q&A board. You can write down your question on the Q&A board so that our professors can answer your question. And before we get the first question, I have a question to the professors. I'm wondering how you are facing the coronavirus in this region. Actually, I want to ask you about the course operation status. Are you going? Are you conducting your courses in online only or hybrid, something like that? And could you explain about it?
Okay, so most of the courses are online in Zoom. As far as laboratories, all the research laboratories are open, and students doing research are coming freely and doing their work. There's no problem. There's no limitations in doing research in the labs. The courses are online, not only here in Ariel, but in all the Israeli universities. All the courses are basically online.
Yeah, thank you for your answer. Just for information, actually, I explained it in the last 3 days, but actually, embassy currently is issuing the student visa now. It has stopped for a few months because of the first and second outbreaks of the COVID-19 in Israel, but we reopen to the issue the student visa. And if you have any like a concern, or if you want to issue your student visa, please contact me or contact the embassy. You can easily can have your student visa to Israel.
Yes, I'll just add to that we are accepting graduate students and postdoc researchers all the time in this period as well. We act according to the guidelines of the health Ministry of Health in Israel. So all new international students have to be quarantined for 2 weeks, and we have special facilities for that, and we make their life as comfortable as we can during that period. But we are open for business, and we are accepting students and postdocs.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not sure it can be like an effect on students as well, but Korea, the Israel designate Korea as a green country, and then all businessmen are exempted from the quarantine. But I'm not sure. Let me check to be detailed, but it's good news.
We are following the instruction of the health department. So whatever they say, we are following.
If they don't have to be quarantined, that's good for everybody.
Yeah, makes our life easier.
Definitely.
Yeah, we are still waiting for the question. Yeah, please raise your hands by using your raising hand button, or you can using a Q&A board for your questions. Before we still getting a first question, I want to ask you about the scholarship issue. Is there any scholarship from our university to the international students, especially undergraduate or graduate students as well? Yeah, could you explain about it?
Yes, well, I'll talk about the graduate students, and then Itzik can talk about the postdoc student researchers. Our graduate students get a very generous stipend, monthly stipend. It covers all of their living expenses, and it's about between $1,500 to $2,000 a month, depending on their academic status. And it covers basically all their basic living requirements. That's as far as the graduate studies are concerned. Itzik, do you want to say something about the postdocs?
So about the postdocs, we have the stipend is based on two things. One is the stipend from the university, which is about $4,500 per month. But in addition to this, the scholar that is the mentor, he gives an addition. He has to. So it depends on the scholar, but it at least about 2,000 more. But I can't say exactly, but it depends. Depends. But again, you have the opportunity to live in the dormitories, just in the campus, which is very nice. And you can go back and forth from the lab to your room. And as I said before, since we are a new and very, we call it a family relationship in the university, the graduate students and the postdoctoral students, they are part of the family. So we try to handle them and to help them and to bring them and to show them as much as we can.
Yeah, in addition to the scholarship from the Ariel University, Israel government and Embassy of Israel have provided the scholarship program. We have two types of the program. First is degree program, which is upper level from the graduate school. Actually, we are providing a scholarship for the MA, MSc, and doctorate degree, and research and postdoctorate degree. And also, another type of scholarship is for the Ulpan course, but it's only for the summer intensive Ulpan course in Haifa University. Anyhow, we have these two kind of scholarship, and then we usually we are getting application from November to December, and then we have an interview in January, and then we will announce the result around June. Actually, we are waiting for the final cable from the headquarters. Once we confirm this scholarship, we will announce it in our Facebook channel and the website. Please frequently visit our website and then have a good chance to study in Israel. Yeah, there was a question from Hejin Joe, and then Professor.
I answered it.
Yeah, Circle answered it actually. Yeah. And actually, I want to ask you about your English degree programs. About like it. Actually, yeah. For one of my main target is for the graduate students, especially for the MA or MSc program students who wants to study in Israel in English. Actually, could you explain about your English programs?
Okay, so our full graduate, well, let's separate between the master's and the doctoral studies. In terms of doctoral studies, there are no limitations. As Itzik mentioned, we have dozens of international, even more than dozens of international students. We have over 300 actually international students studying their PhD programs. The clear majority do not know Hebrew or not proficient in Hebrew, and there's no problem. We offer them studies in English. And actually, all of the courses in all of the Israeli universities are open to them here in Ariel, and they could join courses in other universities as well. So that's as far as the PhD program. Very open to international students. As far as the master's programs, we are now developing full English programs, MBA, I think in Jewish heritage and other programs as well. They're in various stages of development, but if at this point, we do accommodate students that want to do a master's in Ariel University. We do accommodate their needs for English language courses, and at this point, it's worked out on a case-by-case basis. But we do accommodate those needs. As far as other programs in English, as I answered the fellow who asked the question, we do have some English summer programs. I'm not ready right now to go into details. But I think if you go into our website, you'll see what we do offer for the summer program.
I would like to add something about this. I have a student, MA student from Taiwan, who doesn't speak Hebrew, of course. So it's something that is doable. He works very hard. Every professor sit with him in advance and explain him what he has to study, gives him lots of paper and articles and textbooks. And of course, I'm helping him, but it's doable, and we are doing this. So this is an obstacle, but we can do it.
Thank you for your answer, professors. Please feel free to ask your question. It's very good chance for you to ask a question to directly to the professors who are actually in charge of this admission or the graduate school matters.
I see another question.
This one question. Thank you. Okay, I make it as a complete.
Okay.
Actually, that's my last question. Actually, I went to most of all Israel University. This is when I went to Israel as a business trip, but I never been to Ariel University yet. And then, could you explain your area? But I heard from the presentation from the Professor Shai, there's your university is located in the Samaria area. And then, could you explain about your region or location to the Korean students who are not familiar with your university?
Okay, so Samaria region is the heart of ancient Israel and the heart of the modern Israel also. It's hills with it's really very lovely region with a lot of historical places. For example, very close to us is the city of the ancient city of Samaria, which was the capital of the northern kingdom of Israel in the biblical period. The city where Ahab, king of Israel, lived, or some of the prophets like Amos and others, Hosea, lived. So very close to Beit El, which we know also from the Bible, or Shechem. So it's really relate to ancient Israel, to historical events, historical and biblical events. Even if you're not planning to come to study in Ariel, I really recommend you to come and visit this region. This is something that not related to our propaganda to come to Ariel.
I'll just add to that Israel is a small country with varied topographies, which makes it very interesting. And we're on the mountaintop of Ariel, but if you drive a half hour, a little bit more than a half hour west, you're in the heart of Tel Aviv, which is the main metropolitan area of Israel. And if you drive 1 hour south, you're in Jerusalem, the holy capital of the state of Israel. So it's a small country, but very varied and very interesting, as Itzik mentioned. Very fascinating place to come and visit.
Thank you, professors. And yeah, now we are still waiting for the other questions. Okay. Okay. Actually, for me, your Cyber Innovation Center or labs looks very impressive because it was led by the current IDF. I'm not sure legend, or I'm not sure like it.
He is a former IDF Major General.
Former. Yeah.
He was in charge of this part of cyber also in the IDF when he was the Major General there. But yes,
Yeah, because
it's really very good center.
Because as far as I understand, there is the increasing number of the students, Korean students, who wants to study in Israel as a major in the computer science, especially for the cybersecurity issue, because Israel is well known for the cybersecurity country, especially for this. Many students are going to the Ben Gurion University and the Hebrew University for their computer science, but also I think the Ariel University must be a good chance. Could you explain about your Cyber Innovation Center a little bit more?
Yes, I can. So as I said, this is we established this center about 4 or 5 years ago. We have both experienced people like Major General Ami Shifran, who came from the IDF, and as you assume, everyone assume the IDF has all kinds of abilities relating to cyber, and so he brings with him his experience. But in addition to this, we have scholars, computer scientists, that this is their field, cyber innovation, and they had fantastic programs and fantastic collaboration with scholars from all over the world. Just yesterday, they showed me all kinds of collaboration that they have with Bulgaria and Hungary and Scotland, and so it's really a good, very good place to study if you are interested in cyber innovations.
Thank you, Professor. I think it's time to finalize this session. And then if you have the last comment or last mention to the Korean audience, please share it. And then with this last comments, we will gonna finalize the session.
Well, you're most welcome to contact us. And if you have any questions, please get into our website and we'll be happy to answer. And in addition, we are really hope that at least some of you will join Ariel University family in the near future.
Thank you. Professor Strunkler, do you have any?
Yes, like as Itzik said, we're welcoming our Korean students to come and join us. We think you'll have a very enriched academic experience, cultural experience, and we'll do our best to make your stay as successful and as enriching as possible.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate for your time and your presence. And I think it must be a good chance to promote our university as a first time to the Korean students. Actually, it is also for me is very knowledgeable presentation, and I will keep in touch with Dr. Nadia, and then also I will do my best to promote our university in Korea. Actually, thank you very much. And then hope to see you in Israel again.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.